And he's heavily hit. Terrific tackle by Durbanville. Fourie gives it to one of his big men. Nice running from Fenter. Fourie goes right. Into possession coming Noordheuwel's way in their sky blue. Reminiscent of the Titans, who are just up the road, the cricketing outfit. Most successful in the franchise era, finishing with 18 trophies, unbelievably.
That's very interesting to see, Derek. Obviously, the Durbanville coaches have done their homework. They're taking conditions into account. They're really loading up on the pillars on defense. And Noordheuwel, of course, is going to look to attack there. And a good structural work done by Durbanville on defense.
Noordheuwel, a baptism of fire first up for them. Going up against Paul Boys. And yeah, they got 64 points shipped past them. So they'll be looking to bounce back. But they are up against a very impressive Durbanville outfit. And well collected eventually. Extremely skew throw. Going to the left-hand side. Many people saying, well, why would you still apply advantage given the fact that the advantage almost went the way of Durbanville? It was pretty much sent straight into the Lock's hands.
I am one of those many people. Because if my opponent makes some mistakes and he chucks it straight at me, it's my prerogative to take that ball.
Yeah.
And how can I then still get advantage? But that is the laws of our lovely game.
Excellent scrum from Noordheuwel. They've certainly come to play, and they've dominated possession and territory so far. Still early doors in this game. Opportunity to attack, and a nice break from Basson. Just a meter short of the line. Fourie gets it to his big runner, Roux. Fourie once more. Looked impressive so far, has Renard Massane, the flanker. Fourie to the other Fourie, Flav, who couldn't quite hold on. Ball going backwards though. Terrific carry. 5 meters short. Good defense from Durbanville. Picked up from close range. And they rumble forward, do the men in sky blue. Fourie spots the gap. He eventually gets it off to his fullback, who quite... Does he make it across? The referee rules otherwise. It was Corne Muller trying his best to get to the line. He said that was a knock-on.
That was beautifully done by Noordheuwel. They saw that Paul Durbanville is bunching up on defense, and they're just taking it at one channel wider, not using long passes in these conditions, short, crisp passes, but tactically very astute by Noordheuwel.
Yeah, you spoke about it earlier. They really have done their homework. And here goes the big running number 8 in Kuta. Fourie skips his fly off. And this time around, it's Roux once again. And that was lost with the line at their mercy. So a mistake there by Noordheuwel, but it's certainly the Krugersdorp outfit doing all the running, all the attacking play, and dominating matters in both territory and possession.
It's been a very, very positive start for the boys from Krugersdorp. As you mentioned, I think they'll just be so glad to have a go at Durbanville rather than somebody of the stature of Paul Boys, where they just never could get into the game, but they're well and truly into this one.
And they'll be loving set pieces when it comes to scrums, because that's exactly where they are dominating matters. Picked out on the left-hand side. Attempted by Fave, and he knocks on. So we'll go back for the put-in for Noordheuwel, and they've been completely dominant come scrum time. A big pack of forwards. I'd like to see Kuma and Kuta pick up from the base of the scrum, because he's gained meters every time he's held the ball.
Yeah, definitely has, and what an opportunity for a little blindside move here, maybe a little 8-9-14 or 8-9-15 coming up. See 2 defenders of Durbanville stacked to the right.
I must say, when I was driving up here from Johannesburg, I didn't know if we'd be watching any rugby today, because it was pouring with rain. I wasn't quite sure what the drainage system is like here at Uffy's, but I've been massively impressed. I mean, it looks as if we hardly had any showers.
Yeah, I walked across the field early morning and I was also pleasantly surprised. I think the only guys with their heads in their hands is the Affi's cricket coaches. This pitch might take a hammering today.
So we spoke about Nkuta. He tried to take it early, but he wasn't at the right mark, so unfortunately we'll have to wait a little longer before seeing him in action. 2 Farees, the halfback pairing. Zander Faree with the number 10, Christian Faree, the number 9. And Zander Faree not getting much distance, but objective number 1 achieved in finding touch. Skitter with the throw, he finds Pretorius. And they get the rolling ball going to Noordheuwel. Definitely worthy of a try, and it is their hooker will go over in the corner. Very good effort from Ludi Skitter. Started off the move with the throw, collected at the back, and ran through unopposed in the corner. Good start for the men in blue, and a nice start for the men from the north.
Yeah, that's just proper rugby in these conditions. I mean, brilliant line out, first of all. And getting the body positions correct in that ball was so important for Noordheuwel. And the timing of Skitter to break away to the right was exactly spot on. Sometimes hookers just go there a little bit too early. And Ludi Skitter just getting that one spot on.
Yeah, he looks like a mobile hooker too, does Skitter. So not the big burly guys that you're used to seeing. Very much in the mold of a Skulk Brits. Corne Muller with the attempted conversion. Tough kick from way out right. Big boot from Muller. But no go, unfortunately. So it remains 5 points to 0 in favor of the men from Krugersdorp, who have completely controlled matters since kickoff, 8 minutes in. And Durbanville have barely had a sniff of the ball, never mind even coming close to Noordheuwel's half of the field.
Yeah, definitely in control at this stage, Noordheuwel, and it's great to see just exactly that aspect, the control that they are showing.
And they attack once more through the big lock. Seth Pretorius handed off to his other lock, Bench. Great run here from the number 4. Look at him go, evading 3. He's edging closer to the line. That was a magnificent period of play for Noordheuwel, and they will attack once more through Faree, who gets it out to the big burly prop, Dean Buerta. And it's picked up again by Pretorius. Faree to Roo. Roo takes some stopping. Faree. Massain. Rumbling it forward, and very good pickup from Buerta. Terrific tactics from Noordheuwel in the wet. Picked up again by Massain. In fact, that's Fenter. Batty Fenter, the number 6. Of course, South Africa traditionally a conveyor belt of flankers, especially ones named Fenter.
Oh, for sure. But it's so interesting to see how Noordheuwel is just mixing up things. You know, we spoke about the first visit to the 22. They took it a channel or 2 wider. This time they come, forwards come, and they track it up. And they look to be well balanced in what they are doing. And amazing to see the skill level on this wet field. We've seen very few scrums.
Difficult to read much into their loss to Paul Boys High, because they came up against a powerhouse school in South African rugby. But you look at Durbanville's results over Maria-Viljoen, and that was very much in favor of them, 49-17. Yet you look at these two sides now, and you'd swear those results were the other way around. And broken up from the back once again by Nkuta. And it's picked up by Massain, spotting the line. Brought down. Faree fighting hard. And it's eventually picked up by Bench. Had a very good run a few minutes ago to the tall lock. Faree goes right to Fenter. Fourie to skitter the try scorer. Fourie got a man on his outside. It is Roux. Been very prominent as the number 17. Penalty Durbanville, so they'll be mightily relieved to eventually get their hands on the ball.
Derek, interesting to see in that passage of defense by Durbanville. They were quite slow to get to ruck time, and their pillar defenders, they're leaving acres of space next to those rucks, and Noordheuwel is seeing this, and I'm sure their coaches are seeing this as well, and that might be a great place for Noordheuwel to attack Durbanville.
I think Noordheuwel would be kicking themselves for not having scored during that period of play. Again, utterly dominant. But now they've got another crack, although it is Durbanville's throw-in. Can tell you what, if this was the other way around, we'd certainly be struggling given the lack of numbers, but at the moment, it hasn't really bothered us. Durbanville haven't touched the ball. Ho Hubert. Long throw from him, and it is collected eventually by Venter. Gets it back out to Roux. Roux opts for the chop kick across field. Interesting tactic from the big prop, but it goes the way of Durbanville, and now it's their chance to attack. Fighting hard once again is Venter. He's been very good so far for Noordheuwel. Durbanville with ball in hand. It's a reoccurrence. Plenty of men on the right-hand side. Good play by what looks like to be Humphreys. Haynes clears it out to Foster. Haynes once again. Foster needs to get it to Olifant, who kicks it across. Nice kick from him. Stays just outside the 22. Well collected by Tiet. And he gets past one man, and he continues to rumble forward. Good running from the right wing. And it is penalty Durbanville.
Yeah, Noordheuwel just leaving their feet there. That happens sometimes when you're looking to get momentum onto the ball. And a great passage of play that was for Durbanville. But also a great run back by Tiet, the right wing for Noordheuwel. If we have a look at this, he runs it back at pace. Good tackle made, and now you'll see the cleaners just leaving their feet, unfortunately. As thank you very much, Lucky Letsaba, one of our colleagues, just bringing us a cup of Java in this weather. It is so much appreciated.
Wow. We are the lucky ones, Lucky. Thank you. Chance now for Durbanville. And not collected by the locks, and not the greatest of jumps from Durbanville, but somehow they managed to get the ball back, but pushed back by some tremendous defense from Noordheuwel. Haynes kick through from Foster and running onto the ball. This is going to be a tremendous try. Although, what does the referee rule? The referee rules try. That was unbelievable. And I think that's Tiana de Sousa, if I'm not mistaken.
And that was a brilliant work by the fly half of Durbanville, just spotting that space. The fullback had come up into the defensive line. If we look at the replay, nobody at the back. And just look at this skill level of the big man. Beautifully done.
That's an unbelievable try. He'll be showing that to his grandkids for many, many a year.
Yeah, for sure. And he's taken the conversion himself. Adds the extra points, and all of a sudden it is Durbanville in the lead.
That was an unbelievable try. Corné Muller won't want to see the replay of that, the fullback. Defense certainly found wanting. But it is Durbanville 7, completely against the run of play. And Noordheuwel 5.
Yeah, Durbanville basically has had the ball twice in this whole game. And that just shows you, if you take your opportunities, you can stay in a game.
That ball bundles out. So midway through the first half. Must be said, despite the conditions, there's been some impressive handling from the players. Haven't had too many scrums, and that Johan mentioned it a short while ago.
Yeah, Derek, that's so important what you're saying. The caliber of play from both matches so far has been absolutely amazing. And if you take into account the conditions that they are dealing with, and that it is second 15s at school level, I hope some of the pros are watching.
And Noordheuwel would be determined to hit back now following that counter strike from Durbanville. Was that man De Sousa collecting the try and adding the extras from the boot?
Come scrum time in this tournament so far, we've seen a lot of reset scrums, as we see in pro rugby. But at school level, just remember, it's all about safety. It's all about positioning of the props and the hooker and making sure everyone stays safe.
The Durbanville attack once more. A great run from Vevey. Kicks ahead. This could be another opportunity. I think it will be. It just goes out of play.
And this is where the Durbanville side is really, really dangerous. Conditions are not favouring their style of play today. But once they get a little bit of space, they've got some exciting strike runners. If we just look here, they find the space on the right-hand side. Bit of a drift across the field from the fly-off, but then what feet and what pace. And just gets that little dab forward as well.
Just had a little bit too much meat on that kick. Tell you what, a couple of seconds slower, and it would have been Durbanville with their second try. Now certainly starting to make their presence felt in the game as Noordheuwel restart. Haynes starts to go alone, and that is a terrific tackle, but was it potentially high? Apology coming through from Steenkamp.
Yeah, it's great to see it immediately, that apology. But of course, referees are asked to be very, very strict on contact above the shoulders.
This is the first one. Okay, keep it low. Okay, discipline, please. Okay.
Jerry, that was so interesting to see. Immediately as that happened, the referee was going to his pocket. As the player stood up and apologized, you could just see his eyes softening up slightly. And I think that was an act that saved a yellow card, was that apology.
I think they call it the Beast and Tawarira tactic. You remember against Japan how apologetic he was after that 50-50 tip tackle during the Rugby World Cup.
Yeah, Derek, it was, of course, a 50-50 tip tackle because we were wearing our Springbok jumpers. If you're speaking to one of the Japanese supporters, that was 100% tip tackle, smothering the head into the ground.
Venter once again.
Step. Downside. Pillars, step.
Fourie cleaning up at the back. Booted upfield by his fly half. Collected now by Low. And another attack from Vevey.
Not out, clown. Leave now.
And the ball looks like it has popped out. And Venter making the most of that. In fact, that was Musain. Durbanville guilty there of not controlling possession. Noordheuwel taking immediate advantage.
Ball available, play. Leave now. Keep on stepping.
Keeping it amongst their forwards.
Leave now.
Fourie opts to kick, and that's charged down. That was telegraphed once again. He had a man right on him. But it is recovered somewhat by Skitter, the try scorer. Excellent run from Venter. Can't quite control possession, unfortunately, for Noordheuwel. This reminds me of a match that we commentated on three days ago. We were at Stellenberg versus Monument. And we understood Monument with a bigger pack. They wanted to keep it amongst their forwards, but they played straight into Stellenberg's hands. And you got the feeling that Noordheuwel don't want to make the same mistake.
Yeah, it's I get exactly what you're saying, and I get your point, Derek, because Noordheuwel looked to be the stronger pack, but Durbanville, as soon as they find any space, they are so dangerous. And that is when rugby matches are interesting, when it's about the clash of styles. As we see Durbanville just using the blind side, and there are magic feet nearly. But the defender of the tournament, he's already won the prize for that, the touchline. Not missing one tackle this whole tournament. And Derek, we've seen this a lot, unfortunately.
Terrific tackle there from Eugene Forster. Skitter, great throw, and certainly uncontested at the back there, collected nicely from Pretorius. Fourie doing some good clean-out work. Look at the big Roo. Fourie to Fourie. Kicks it up ahead, and that's directly out. So a mistake there from the fly half, giving ample territory back to Durbanville.
This is where Durbanville is going to be dangerous. If they can get clean line-up ball, they'll have acres of space to the left. Maybe just track it up once in midfield and try and see if they can put left wing Ethan Verwey in some space on the far side. They do have strike runners in Lance Arons and Darren Brown, and yeah, guys with a lot of skill and a lot of pace.
Missed opportunity there for Durbanville, unable to hold on in the line-out. So a couple of knock-ons. First one from Durbanville, and it will be the put-in going the way of Noordheuwel, where we've seen, come scrum time, they've really been the more dominant of the two sides.
Now, of course, at school level, scrums can only move 1.5 meters forward. Now, that negates the momentum of the stronger pack just slightly, but it's what you can do. You can wheel the scrum, you can get a left shoulder, you can get a right shoulder when you're in control.
Fourie with the put-in. Much better effort from Durbanville in the scrum this time round, but there we have Roo once again. He's a hard man to stop. Pops it to no one in particular, but it is picked up by Fourie. Kicked ahead by Muller. Looking for his outside runners, can't quite find them. It is throw in Durbanville. This Roo has been pretty much everywhere, the number 17. You wonder why he's wearing the number 17 and not a number from 1 to 8.
Yeah, it's the second match of the morning, and it's the second time we see that. In the previous match, some of the Stellenberg players, came on as subs and really dominated. But Arne Roo, what a player. He's been absolutely everywhere. And how quickly he can get from a scrum to carrying ball, just amazing.
Another impressive steal from Zion Bench, but Durbanville managing to recover it. Haynes finds his inside runner in Oliphant. And they continue to fight for the ball, do Noordheuwel, but illegally so. Rooted upfield. Great pace on the outside, but we'll go back for the penalty.
And Durbanville leading this match by 7 points to 5. And you see on your screens that'll be fixed just shortly. Durbanville scoring under the posts, and the try was converted. Noordheuwel just missing their first conversion, and that's the difference between the two sides at this stage.
So edging closer to half-time with Durbanville with that slight lead, and that's a very good touch finder. That's a tremendous touch finder, in fact, just outside the 5-meter line of Noordheuwel, and Durbanville with another opportunity to score their second try of the game. Can't imagine they'll be swinging it out to their backs too quickly this time around.
Derek, you can just sort of feel the shift in momentum of this match. Noordheuwel was really in control that first 15. Since then, Durbanville maybe just taking over control of this.
Terrific take from the middlemen. Gerrit van Wyk doing good things. Come line-out time as Durbanville rumble forward. Noordheuwel hitting back with some good defense. Brilliant defense, in fact. Held up, turnover, Noordheuwel with the put-in.
Come maul time, it's all about that body position of the attacking maul. And Durbanville just slightly high there, making it a lot easier for Noordheuwel to get under the ball and under the ball carrier. And once you can do that as a defending side, battle is won.
Fourie, the number 9, certainly has been busy at the base of the scrum, of the mauls. And he's got some more work to do. A very good scrum from Noordheuwel as Fourie gets it back to Roo once again, who slams through one would-be defender. Fourie to his namesake. Very high kick, finds touch, doesn't get much distance though. And Durbanville with an attacking line out on Noordheuwel's 22.
A massive 4 minutes leading up to halftime now. Durbanville has literally set up camp in the territory of Noordheuwel over the last 5 minutes.
Hubert, very nice throw in from him and well collected, but unable to hold on, Durbanville. So we'll go back for the scrum. It's amazing. We speak about commentators' curse. We're talking, giving them glowing praise earlier about the handling, and now suddenly it's been scrum after scrum after scrum.
And probably over the last 5 minutes, it's been the driest that it's been. But that's also just something about the concentration, Derek.
Yeah.
You know, it's just for little periods the concentration wavers, and then you just lose your way a little bit. It's just up to the captain maybe to just call the guys together and say, listen, we're wasting opportunities here, and in a close match this might cost us. We've been camped for 10 minutes. We haven't scored. And I think it's time for the gentlemen to get together and just discuss tactics slightly.
So they certainly did heed your advice. You can see the captains collecting their troops in both camps. Some stern words being delivered from the respective skippers. Have a little break in play.
Yeah, those breaks in play was always the worst as a play if you weren't having a great one. Because captain will come up and say, listen here, buddy, when are you pitching up for this match? And looks like you forgot more than your kicking boots today.
I spoke about the long line of flankers that South Africa has produced in the past, and mentioned the Venter. And of course we look at AJ Venter, but one that stands out above all else is Andre Venter, the legend from the Free State.
Yeah, obviously he's a Free Stater, you know, he has to be a legend. And but Andre Venter, his son Andre Hugo Venter, representing the Marties now in the Varsity Cup and playing some brilliant rugby as a 19-year-old and sort of taking lead in that Marties pack, which is so surprising to see.
A rare break here from Noordheuwel. Terrific run from Tiet. Look at him go. He's got one player to get past. He opts not to pass. He does get past, man. He's 5 meters away, 3 meters away, 2 meters away. This is going to be brilliant. But he gets the ball offload just. And it is no try. All that work and nothing to show for it. That was tremendous from Tazal Tiet.
I hope we see this replay. Yes, Derek. I just want to show the viewers something here. What a wonderful run it is by Tiet. And he evades that defender, does beautifully, but now the indecision starts creeping in. You could just see it. And at the end of the day, he did neither one nor the other. He didn't try and beat his defender, but he also didn't offload. And that cost Noordheuwel 5 points. But a brilliant run nonetheless by Tiet.
Minute to go, and it looks as if Noordheuwel have the put in this time around. Just outside the Durbanville try line. See, we have the referees consulting. Interesting to see what the decision is. This could have a momentous impact on the game.
Matchups like this is why we have the North-South Festival. Two evenly matched teams having a go at each other. The viewer getting the opportunity of watching it live on SuperSport Schools. And, of course, the North-South Festival sponsored by Barloworld, Toyota Menlyn, and the brainchild of Peter Rousseau, legend of Stormers and Springbok Rugby.
It was a nice run. Yeah.
The referee is having a chat about the try. Don't often hear that. Complimenting the play from Tazal Tiet, saying it was a nice run, just short of the line, and that's exactly what transpired.
It's beautiful to see. And of course referees at schoolboy level, so important, the communication with the players, just getting the players nice and relaxed. And I think That's been the standout for me of this tournament so far. The referees have been really relaxed. The players have all been really relaxed. We haven't seen too many scuffles or dust-ups on the field, and that is what we want in schoolboy rugby. Respect, passion and integrity.
There is the try scorer. And kicker as well. Don't forget he converted his own kick. So we've heard the hooter sound. But there is one more play of the game. Noordheuwel with ball in hand. You can see the try line of Durbanville. It's right there. Will they have the final say of the half?
Last scrum before halftime now. This is where matches sometimes are won and lost. Especially close ones like this, Derek.
Fourie puts it in. And collects. Very good effort from Durbanville. Fourie, long pass out. Once again to Rue. Rue takes 2 men. Tries to get rid of 1. 3 men in on the action now. Eventually he recycles the ball back. Kept up close and personal by the Noordheuwel forwards. And they'll continue to keep it amongst the big men for now. And Kuta with the pickup there. Fourie eventually unleashes the backs. Fourie passes it through to Basson, who is on the ground. And they're going to have to do some clean-up work. That is Tit at the back. And it is penalty Durbanville. So Noordheuwel making a complete hash of that. And they're going to attack quickly to Durbanville. Will they have the final say of the half? Pass out wide collected by Lowe. Haynes. And it is another penalty, Durbanville, offside from the Noordheuwel men.
Yeah, and we said this is where matches can be won or lost. Golden opportunity for Noordheuwel to attack. Now there's opportunity for Durbanville to add some extra points. And I think they made the correct decision here. 10-5 sounds a hell of a lot further than 7 points to 5.
And to think that a minute ago they were steering down the barrel, it was all about defending and not allowing Noordheuwel to score and go into the break with that lead. But suddenly they've got a chance to extend their lead. It's amazing how things can change in a matter of seconds.
And that is when great sides strike. If you give them that one opportunity, you know, how many times have we seen the All Blacks do that? You know, you're controlling a half against them, you may be up by 5 or 6 points, and you give a try away.
So there is the attempted kick. Certainly has the distance and it's got the direction. So Durbanville have extended their lead with very little possession and territory. That being said, they did manage to fight back towards the end of that first half. But they go into the break 10-5 in front over Noordheuwel.
Sometimes when I come home, I wonder what I would say to my younger self. Maybe I would say, ungenayonga yona kid inhle okanye ibhadlileyo. Ndakubona intwana ezimiseleyo. Kodwa qina, qhubeka ufunda, qhubeka udlala, qhubeka ukholelwa. Ngenye imini ukukhanya kuzokufumana.
Barloworld Toyota Menlyn nou groter en beter. Ons het geskuif, nou oorkant Menlyn Main Pretoria. Jou nommer 1 handelaar vir nuwe en gebruikte motors, dienste en parte. skakel ons gerus by 012 995 1700.
Half-time here at Affy's. It's the second match of the day on day 3 of the North-South Rugby Tournament, sponsored by Barloworld Toyota Menlyn. Got a cracker match underway. Noordheuwel up against Durbanville. Durbanville leading matters 10 points to 5. Didn't look like that would be the score 10 minutes into this clash. Noordheuwel completely dominant. But then Durbanville managing to hit back through a converted try and a penalty. And they go into the second half with that 5-point lead. Noordheuwel being read the right act, and we see Roo doing a lot of the talking. He was extremely prominent in that first half.
Yeah, what has been interesting is the clash of styles, like we said, Derek. You know, one slightly a more forward, dominant game, and Durbanville like to chuck the pull around. And you get the feeling the drier this field becomes, the more it's going to suit Durbanville, although it's definitely not going to dry up within 30 minutes, but the ball might be slightly drier. There's no rain falling at this stage. The backline can spread a little bit wider, and as soon as they get going, they are a sight to behold. Of course, the director of rugby, Derek, of Durbanville, Hans Kutsia, he was at Monash for 22 years, and he's looking to build something special. Durbanville do also have a hostel on their school grounds, so look for them to really improve over the next 5 years.
Of course, Monash over in Krugersdorp, also where Noordheuwel is. So if anyone would know a lot about Noordheuwel, it would be a man who spent his time at one of their biggest rivals. The action back underway. Nice deep kick connected by Fari, gets it to his namesake, passes it off to Nkuta. Fari carried through by Buerta. Fari. Nice work from bench. He's been pretty prominent in the loose as the tall lock. And broken through down the middle. Terrific break from Fenter. Eventually he goes down. Hoffman tries to clean up. Does his bit. Buerta takes some stopping once again. Fari. Pearson. Some big men in this Noordheuwel back. Another break from Fenter.
Off your feet, number 7, you're going back to Noordheuwel.
I did mention in the first half that the pillar defenders of Durbanville are slightly slow to get into position, and I think the coach of Noordheuwel reiterated that to them at half-time. As you can see, they're tracking the ball up the middle, they're using the ruck and the fringes to build their attack on.
Noordheuwel starting the second half as they did the first. All the possession. Can they make the most of it this time around? As Fari, that's a very poor kick from the fly half, straight into the hands of Durbanville. I'll be thanking them immensely for that little Christmas present. Unable to hold on from the Durbanville forwards. Doesn't matter though, as we'll go back for being offside.
Noordheuwel really messing up a big opportunity once again. And they are their own worst enemy at this stage. Every time they just put a few phases together, a mistake comes in and momentum goes back to Durbanville.
Nice touch finder.
Big opportunity now once again for Durbanville. Their line-out has been functioning reasonably well. And they would look just to get their body positions right if they are going for a maul.
Come on, let's go.
Short line out. Not quite working in Durbanville's favour. Celebrations of plenty coming from Noordheuwel.
Free kick.
No.
Yeah, that free kick is because the ball did not travel the desired 5 meters in that line out. They went for a short one to their prop, but didn't get it 5 meters. As Noordheuwel trying to get out of their own territory, and a mistake made on the side of Durbanville, but quickly recovered.
Here we have the dancing feet of Vervey, who's looked very impressive every time he's had ball in hand. The big boys now collecting for Durbanville. Back in Noordheuwel's half. Haynes fights hard and unable to hold on once again. It's been the story of the half so far for Durbanville. Some frustration creaking in. See the players close, but no cigar. Put together 2, 3, 4 good phases of play. I need to throw it away with a pretty neat, well, every knock-on is needless, but out of nothing a knock-on. But that you can always blame the conditions over here in what has been a very torrid morning in terms of rain in the heart of Pretoria.
We saw this in the first match as well. Stellenberg took about 20-25 minutes to get used to the conditions. Once they did, they fired on all cylinders. Look for one of these two sides to get the hang of it and really take control.
The size of that Noordheuwel front row, they're giants.
Fine.
I mean, we saw Roo. He had played a lot of the first half, but since then Pearson, Hoffman have all come into the field. But there they went in reverse, unfortunately. Here's a chance now from Roo. He breaks through once again. The big runner wasn't even in that scrum. That's how big this man is. Takes a lot of stopping. Nice counter rucking from Durbanville. And what does the referee rule? He decides it is penalty for Durbanville, and there goes their man once more. He's been the star of the show for Durbanville. All the points on offer so far. Nice period of play from Durbanville. Opting not to kick, keeping ball in hand. Haynes. Manages to keep the ball, only just. One pass through. Forster gets it through to his outside runners, and terrific defense from Noordheuwel. Picked up from close range from one of the roving forwards. And a big hit from Noordheuwel defense. But Durbanville continue to attack. Haynes fighting hard. Orange doing well to offload that. Collected eventually by Lowe. And it is penalty Durbanville.
Derek, great enterprising play by Durbanville, but not making a lot of meters. The surprising thing, and it surprised the two of us, I don't know if Roo is playing at centre in the number 17 jersey. And I remember myself mentioning in the first half how quickly he got out of a scrum to carry. He has not been in the scrum.
Okay,
I know the number 17 on the back, which is usually a proper replacement when you wear the number 17, is playing at centre for Noordheuwel.
You spotted it as I was talking about the big men in the front row, and you said, hold on a sec. Look there in the back line. And we speak about telegraphed. It went straight to him. And how well did that work out? Unfortunately, not resulting in any points for Noordheuwel, and there's a disastrous kick once again, this time coming from Durbanville, not making use of the penalty, straight down the throats of Noordheuwel.
this Noordheuwel pack is really doing some yeoman work, and if they do not win this game, I'm sure they're going to have a chat with their back line.
Get tackle. Stay. It's inside. Inside.
Rue spots his fly half. Manages to clear it under the watchful eye of the Durbanville faithful. And that's actually a very, very good touch finder from Rue.
7 and 4.
Zander Fourie finding touch, and it is Durbanville's put in just inside Noordheuwel's half.
We mentioned this earlier, but this is such a great game for the festival. Over the first couple of days, South has been very, very dominant. And in this game, Durbanville from the south, not having it all their own way against Noordheuwel from Krugersdorp. That was not skew, that was skew by a country mile.
Scrum called.
That was collected by Durbanville's fullback. That lineup.
I remember in the first game, referee had quite, in the first day, the referee had quite a nice chirp when the fullback of Durbanville made a big forward pass. He says that wasn't forward, that went to Durbanville.
Bind. Sit.
Fourie with the put in. Much better effort in the scrum from Noordheuwel. Gets it through to Fourie. His inside centre, Wilson. And that pass going nowhere, but Fourie's there to clean up. And this time it's Hoffman. Uban. Fisher.
Leave it now.
Watch out for the big presence of Rue on the bottom of the screen. On the blind side, he's going to collect the ball as we speak. He can't hold on, unfortunately. So definitely one of the main tactics, and you can hear the Durbanville fans on the sidelines. Congratulations. You stopped Rue before he even touched the ball. You can see the attempt now, going blind. And here was the no-look pass to no one. Just out of reach for that big man, Rue.
Derek, while you were so beautifully leading the commentary, I was just keeping an eye on Mr. Rue. He's just having a leisurely stroll around the field, just looking for space.
Collected once again by Fenter. And he tries to pop it back to Fourie, but he does so.
Yeah, if you keep an eye on Rue just now, Derek, he's literally strolling around the park, looking for spaces to run into. And obviously, with his size, they're trying to get the ball to him. And the fascinating thing is he really spots that space so well. And when he gets it, he tracks it up properly.
It is great to watch. Now operating at inside center.
The combined weight of the two inside centers today might be more than the two loose head props.
I think that's a guarantee. And here he is once again, Olifant. Terrific little dummy from him. Eventually does get it away. He's scoring all the points so far for Durbanville. Some more dancing shoes possessed from Durbanville. And it is penalty Noordheuwel.
Yeah, both sides are their own worst enemies. That's why no momentum is created, and a lot of the players taking place between the two 10-meter lines, because as soon as one of the sides gets a bit of momentum going, they kill it for themselves.
Corne Muller now to find touch. We've seen some disastrous touch finders. Well, they can't even call them touch finders. Is this one of them? It is not. That's a good one. That's a beauty. On the 5-meter line of Durbanville, and Noordheuwel with a golden opportunity to strike back. 5 points down. This will be like manna from heaven for them.
So here's my play from this line out. I throw it in the middle. I get it straight down to my scrum off, and I get it into the hands of Rue from my scrum off, running a straight line. But Noordheuwel goes on the maul.
Well, they weren't listening to you, and holding on at the back, we can see very prominent is Dean Botha. And it is over the line, and who does it go? I think it is Botha. collecting the try. A bit of surprise between the players. Look at the size of these three guys in the middle. And there's some arguing between the two players. I think it's Roo. He's actually saying, why didn't you get the ball out to me? See what I've done?
And that, Derek, Noordheuwel not listening to me is why I lost my only coaching job after 3 matches.
It is an amazing reaction from the celebrations from the players. Almost a discussion as to who and why got the try. And it is powered over. And it looks like it was that man, Janko Hofman, scoring Noordheuwel's second try.
We spoke about the body positions in the maul, and that was a lot better. They had momentum straight from the start, and they just kept going. And like any good hooker, he will claim that was a run of 50 meters, beating 3 players and to score in the left-hand corner. But Janko Hofman diving over.
Good effort from the tee, and it is over. And with that kick, Corne Muller has put Noordheuwel into the lead.
Now for the second time in the match, they take the lead. They had the lead early on by 5 points to 0. And then trailed at 10-5 at half-time, but now they are back in the lead. And a big moment in this match.
Corne Oliphant with the restart, having scored all Durbanville's points so far. Noordheuwel collects. It was Farid to his namesake once again. This time Zander, and a great kick from the number 10.
Put that on a video recording and show it to professional sides. That is how you exit. Take the ball, get it to your kicker, pump it down the field.
They couldn't have asked for any better from their pivot. Doing exceptional work, finding plenty of meters. Now they're inside Durbanville's half. And the lineouts have been pretty scrappy at best from Durbanville. Bench and Pretorius doing good things for Noordheuwel in the middle of that lineout. They'll be looking to overturn it once again. And up they get. And it evades him once again, but another scrappy lineout from Durbanville. Too scrappy, in fact. Knock on, Noordheuwel's put in. We had the discussion a couple of days ago with one of the games where one of the sides simply weren't jumping, and that almost looks to be the case with Durbanville. It's almost like toss it high enough to get over the Noordheuwel jumpers, and we'll try and see what we can do at the back.
Yeah, and these weather, it surprises me that they're not going short a lot more. You know, just the banker ball. There wasn't going to be a maul from that position anyway, so just secure your ball.
So new man on the park from the base of the scrum. Hit hard, but a good run from Cronje. Bit of likeness of Hansi Cronje, does number 19 Cronje.
Hansi Cronje, of course, played Cravenweek Rugby for Free State and captained a very successful great college rugby side.
If I'm not mistaken, his brother is one of the few players to have played SA schools in rugby and cricket.
Frans Cronje played SA schools rugby and cricket, and of course the current Marty's fly-off, Christopher Schroeder, another great college bloom boy that played SA schools rugby and cricket.
Yes. Jy nooit op jou voete teruggekom.
Surprising how many good cricket players are fly halves.
Yes.
Think about Daryl Cullinan, Herschel Gibbs.
Greg Miller, he played older, I think he played wing, but he played SA schools cricket and rugby too.
But, Cullinan, Gibbs, Abraham, Benjamin de Villiers, who represented the Uffies, where we are bringing you this matches live from, all played in the pivot.
Peter Kirsten,
Lee Barnard. We can go on for days, myself and Derek Helmets, as we see Noordheuwel carrying it up into the 22 of Durbanville.
Good run there from Bertie Venter, being one of the outstanding players for Noordheuwel. The forwards getting in on the mix now, and that they certainly need to do because they've definitely had the edge over their Durbanville counterparts. And as I say that, going down, and it is penalty Durbanville. So get out a jail card, handed straight to the men from the Cape.
That is such a big coach killer. You've got it into your opponent's 22. Durbanville take it quickly.
Oliphant opting to take it quick. Terrific break. 3 men on the outside. And it's going to be Vevey working away from things. Look at the speed. Wow. Durbanville hit back brilliantly. And credit going to Corne Oliphant, who scored all the points, or up until now. I'm just going to wait and see what the referee ruled. But Oliphant had the foresight to take that quickly.
Now we said this Durbanville side is very, very dangerous when they spread it wide. Let's just have a listen.
Okay, but pass.
No, the pass was fine.
This one.
I'm happy with the pass.
Okay, because I wasn't in line.
No, the pass was fine. It was more to do with supporting power slowing down.
Okay.
He wouldn't fit
So the hands were backwards.
into it.
Okay. Okay. Handen is agter toe, so 3 staan, okay.
Now I think the correct decision, Derek. You know, just for the beauty of that try as well. If we have a look at this replay, Corne Oliphant, it is, who takes it quickly. He gets the pass away, and this is the decisive moment. Great angle picked and good step on the right. And as soon as that ball was in the hands, there was only one winner. And Durbanville back in the lead. They are so dangerous with ball in hand.
Oliphant now with the opportunity to add the extras. Taking it quickly earlier, which ultimately led to that 5-pointer. And that will go wide and short. So unfortunately for him, unable to add another 2, but his side have retaken the lead with just over 10 minutes to go. Durbanville 15, Noordheuwel 12. We're in for a cracking finish.
Now neither side is really taking this game by the scruff of the neck. Both sides still very, very much into this. And Noordheuwel will look to get back onto the attack as soon as possible.
And, not the greatest of restarts going into the hands of Durbanville. Nice running from Van Wyk.
No, I hear that.
Haynes finds his flyers on the back. Oliphant once more offloads nicely.
Leave it now.
Is that man Arne Roux climbing in for a clean?
Attempted intercept there, not working out in favor of Noordheuwel. Eventually, though, was a knock-on from Durbanville. So Noordheuwel now with the put-in. High fives all round. Batty Venter very prominent in that defensive organization of Noordheuwel. Hard-working number 6.
Coaches of Noordheuwel is Otto Joubert and Werner Jacobs. They'll be looking for their team to just stick to their structures. Whenever they've been structured, they've been really, really good. And they've given Durbanville as much as they can handle. And the message from them will be keep to our structures and let's dominate with the pack.
Broken at the back by Cronier. Looks to offload. He does. Gets it through to Fourie.
Leave tackle, leave tackle. Yes, sir. Tackle, sir.
Venter with that rock solid. Look at him fighting hard to keep the men at bay.
Leave tackle.
Pretorius.
Balls out.
Back to the heavies.
One step. No.
And it is lost, but penalty Noordheuwel. Interesting call now. 3 points down, 10 minutes to go. What do you do?
I have momentum. I have got the pack to maul it
Offside
over.
position.
I get it into the corner. I've just scored a maul try a few minutes earlier. That's my call.
I'm with you. And that's exactly what they'll be attempting to do now as well. Finding touch once more. Corne Muller does the business.
If Noordheuwel scores this, I will be applying there next year for a position coaching the under-16 Cs. And
so they'll ignore your previous recommendation, which you got completely wrong. Terrific take in the middle and doing exactly what Johan prompted them to do. Good defense from Durbanville. Brilliant defense, in fact. Noordheuwel go down. They keep ball in hand. Only just screams for holding. And it is penalty Durbanville. Look at those celebrations.
Yeah, there's a bit of added spice and flavor in the game at this stage. And I must admit, a lot of it is coming from Durbanville's bench. They're really geeing up their side. And the referee...
Okay, ek weet die game is tense. Relax net. Okay, ek's relax, julle is relax. Okay? Okay. Ek gaan eers kyk wat maak jy met die bal. Okay?
Conversations between the two skippers. There's Rue once more. He'll have harsh words for his team members.
Driving player.
And it's been absolutely amazing to see the way the referees have handled these fixtures. The communication has been top-notch, and he called both captains over. He said, listen, I told you guys at the start of this match I'm going to let it breathe. And I think it was a great move there by the referee, because tensions were starting to boil over. Like I said, it's coming from the one bench. And I think that was a good move by the referee, just to get everybody settled down once again.
3 points the difference. Just under 8 minutes to go. And momentum have swayed to and fro in this game. Short line out. Much better option this time round from Durbanville. Johan called it earlier. And again, they're heeding his recommendations. Olivan pops it inside to one of his big men. Nice clean out from Haynes to Foster. And the forward's doing some hard work now.
No.
Haynes. And the sub inside from the scrummy. And they'll continue to work it through. And a great run once again. We've been very impressed with that man.
Leave tackle.
Necessitated the break earlier that led to the try. Durbanville, another phase as they continue to attack. Now inside Noordheuwel's half. But it is penalty Noordheuwel.
Great work on the ground by the back and forwards from Noordheuwel. And they're staying in this. Every time it looks like Durbanville is going to crack their code, they just get in a repairman, finds a new code, and boom, they're back. And big 6 minutes coming up. Big 6 minutes for the festival. Noord really needs to win.
Yeah, the North have been under the cosh over the last couple of days. Can they hit back with a victory? We saw another victory for the South in the earlier match. Hoffman.
Vier man.
Another one of those big burly front rows. That seems to be in abundance in that Noordheuwel camp.
Good.
Nice collection in the front. And Fourie, tries to get it away. He does, but unable to hold on is Hoffman. So Hoffman going from throwing in to dropping. There we have the man in picture once again. Rue not happy with his troops.
Yeah, playing with the number 17 on his back, but playing at the inside centre. Such a good line-out if we look at this. And then fly half just going down to take it. And unfortunately, spilling the ball forward. It was a good take in the end by Zander Fourie, but his pass was just spilled forward.
Penalty Durbanville. The celebrations get louder from the sidelines.
3
now
points
they
in front.
have broken out into song here. Must be the Durbanville first side, so really supporting their second side. And great to see the passion there.
Scrum, okay.
Speaking of singing, tell you what, if that Jack Parrow here be leading the chorus, Parrow, an old boy of Durbanville.
Okay.
Himself, not a stranger to rugby, is Jack Parrow.
I played against him in at the Cape Town Tens.
Good.
Yeah, he plays every now and then, and in a celebrity match or two, and he really enjoys it. So, good on him. He learned his traits at Durbanville High School.
You know, Jack Parrow famous for his very long peaks when he wears those caps. And I was doing a concert once where he was performing. And I came on stage and he was walking off. And I said, I'm going to go and MC it. Can I wear your cap? And he said, sure. And he gave it to me. And the thing was wetter than this field. It wasn't the smartest question from my side. But here we have Noordheuwel managing to get the ball back.
Is it tackle now, Lord? Tackle.
But Durbanville doing their best to hold it up. But to no avail. Fourie goes blind. Pops it through to Hoffman. Hoffman continues the run. Brilliant run from the big burly hooker. And he's over. What a strike from Noordheuwel at the death.
Jacques Hoffman with his second try of the match. One was from a maul, and then I mentioned he's going to tell his friends it was from 50 meters. This one was from 25 meters. This one he did beat a couple of players. Janku Hoffman, absolutely sublime, son. You have given your side and the North a great chance.
Well, you can see how much it means to the men in blue. Massive celebrations, they needed that, and it was the perfect time to strike. Again, one of those massive runners taking the ball on, and look at him getting through the defense.
Yeah, he just beats the first couple of defenders with ease, and then he just shows a clean pair of heels. I don't know, Fari, if you can do it, why can't I? We are built the same, we've got the same pace, and I'm over, and he's very, very happy, and so is the rest of his side. Derek, no matter the result in this game, what character shown by Noordheuwel to come back from a very, very heavy defeat against Paul Boys Eye and to come play this sort of rugby in these conditions, absolutely brilliant.
Muller with the attempted conversion once again. And it goes over. So the 2 points are there. It is out of penalty range for Durbanville now. They have to score a try if they have to have any hope of winning this game and getting one back for the South.
You've just mentioned it, such an important conversion that getting the 2 points up to 4. So a drop goal or penalty kick doesn't win this now for Durbanville.
Venter picks up nicely.
Oh, that's great cleaning by Noordheuwel.
A bit of argy-bargy on the side, but as to matters at hand in the middle of the field, Venter once again knocking over his would-be defender. He's been all over the park as the number 6.
Now they need to clear this.
Back.
Fari to the other Fari, Zander.
Taken back.
And that was taken back, so a mistake from Noordheuwel. Durbanville with a rare window of opportunity with just over a minute to go.
Derek, this is what schools rugby and North-South is all about. 1 minute to go on the clock. Attacking line out for Durbanville. They were perhaps slight favourites in this game, and they've got a boisterous bench and a first side supporting them. Let's see what they can conjure up.
Oh, this is exciting stuff. We've spoken about the backline that Durbanville possesses, but this is a chance for them. This is certainly a case where you'd imagine them to rumble up amongst their forwards. Will that be the case this time round? Short line out once again to the front, collected by Humphreys. And it is penalty Noordheuwel, and you'd imagine that could have been the last throw of the dice for Durbanville. Noordheuwel 19-15 up with just over 30 seconds to go.
That is such a massive, massive moment in this match. 30 seconds to go. How's Noordheuwel going to handle this? This is the big question. What is the captain's decision? Are they going to kick it out and wait for the line out? Are they going to tap it, have a couple of phases, and then just get the ball off the park?
They're going to wait as long as possible before they make that decision. This will be the longest kick in Muller's life. Eventually he does find it, and it goes past the 60-minute mark.
So now it's all about possession for Noordheuwel. If they can get possession out of this line out, truck it up in the midfield, one phase, get it out, boom, Bob's your uncle, we are the winners.
The try scorer Hoffman, 2 try scorer Hoffman, well collected in the middle by Pretorius. And he kicks out as the hooter sounds, and that is the game. Noordheuwel pull off a 19-15 victory over a spirited Durbanville outfit, but the men in blue getting a much-needed victory for the North.
Yeah, that was absolutely special, and it was maybe a little bit against the run of play or against the run of predictions, definitely against the run of results between North and South. But if we look at the man of the match, the wintergreen man of the match, Zian Bench, he was very instrumental, especially in that first half with some big carries. But what a momentous day it is for Noordheuwel, coming back from a thrashing against Paul Boys Eye and beating Durbanville.
That wraps up the second match of the day here at Affy's on day 3 of the North-South Rugby Tournament, sponsored by Barloworld Toyota Menlyn, and Noordheuwel coming away with a 19-15 win over Durbanville.